Hello students, this is Microsoft Excel. We're going to be working on the tutorial 2. You will find this, we're working on case problem 4 specifically on page EX 128 and 129 and 130 in your textbook. Alright, this is taking into account that you have done the tutorial on yourself, or by yourself, following through the steps in the workbook, starting on page EX 67 and going through EX 126. So if you've done the worksheet, you've looked at the PowerPoint presentation, you've looked at your key terms, this is the walkthrough for everything else for the case study. Now, as always, I'm going to walk through this as if I am a student, going all the way through Blackboard and back again. So to start off with, I'm coming over here to Blackboard. I'm working on assignment 2 on the left-hand side. Inside assignment 2, I can see assignment 2 in my work files. So I'm going to download the work files to my desktop and unzip them so I can start actually using the files. And I'm working on case 4, so I'm just going to drag it over to my desktop and close this out. Let's get rid of yoga here. Alright, so on my desktop I have the case 4 folder. I see I have 2 files inside of this, Office and the case 4 Rubric. And on page EX 128 I see the only data file I need for this problem is Office XLSX. Alright. So I'm going to go through step by step through this, showing you guys what you should be doing, how to do it. If you have any questions, always remember to email me, call me, or post on the discussion board is the better idea. Alright, there's only 28 steps, so let's begin. Alright, the first thing I'm going to show you is the rubric. Now, what a rubric is just how I score this document. You can see and use this as a check sheet just to check your work to make sure you're going to get full 50 points for this assignment. Alright, so the first thing, did you file and save as a packing slip? If it's not named office cart packing slip, you're not going to get the 2 points. If your packing slip data is not shown and figure 2.48 entered, you're not going to get that 2 points. So make sure you're going through this step by step and seeing and checking your work with the rubric. Alright, according to step 1, I have opened up the Office document and I'm going to now save it as office cart packing slip, and I'm going to save it onto my desktop as normal because that's where I like to work. So File, Save As, Desktop, and we're going to name this office cart packing slip. Now, I have 2 of these open right now, one that's completed on my left side, so I'm going to name this just 1. Don't put the 1 in there. That's just for me working on it right now. And I can see once I've saved it up top, I have office cart packing slip. So I know I've saved it correctly. I'm going to get those 2 points. On to step 2, in the document sheet, in the name, enter your name in cell B3 and date in cell B4. So B3, I'm Mr. P, and today's date is 10/17/2014. And the following format's in the document sheet. So we're going to start formatting this document. Now the tutorial should have showed you how to do a lot of different things. Alright, so the tutorial should have showed you how to do a lot of different things. You should have gone through and found out what our key terms are. So when I'm going through this video, I'm going to be using these things. The automatic page break, which you can find a description of on EX97, an average function, EX98, cell highlighting is on EX97, cell styles on EX97, comma style, conditional formatting, currency format, field color, font style, footer, format painter, gallery, general format, header, legend, live preview. There's a whole lot of here. So you should be online, you should be looking at this, making sure you know the keywords. Keywords are going to be key to understanding this. As well, the tutorial and this case study have these objectives. We're going to change the font style, and the font color. We're going to add field colors and a background image. We're going to create formulas to calculate the sales data. We're going to apply currency and accounting formats in the percent style. We're going to format dates and times. We're going to align, indent, and rotate cell contents. We're We're going to merge groups of cells. We're going to use the average function. We're going to apply some cell styles, copy and paste formats with the format painter. We're going to find and replace text with formatting. We're going to change some workbook themes, and we're going to highlight cells with conditional formatting, format the workbook for printing, and set the print area, insert page breaks, print titles, create headers, footers, and set margins. So all of these objectives are what you're accomplishing in both the Case 4 study and the tutorial study. Okay, we're back into our workbook. We are in the Office Cart Packing Slip workbook that we've saved as Office Cart Packing Slip. We're going to start doing some formatting onto the documentation sheet. The first bit of formatting it says is merge cells A1 and B1. Come over here, A1 and B1, and up here we have the merge. If you do the drop down, you have merge center, merge across, merge cells, unmerge cells. I'm just going to merge the cells. And then left align the contents of the merge cell. To left align, we have underneath the alignment section, left align. And we're going to change the font to 28 point. Sorry, my computer is acting a little slowly. White, Calibri, light, dark, and green background. So we need the text to be white, we need it to be Calibri, and we need it to be on a dark green background. So we're going to have to do a fill on this one. Come over here to the fill, and let's find our dark green. Make sure you have the right cell selected. And it was Calibri Light, not Calibri. Now we're going to change the font on the ranges from A3 to A5. So A3 to A5 to 14 point, white, Calibri Light, to Calibri Light, white, and with a dark green background. So we're going to fill with the dark green. We're going to change the format of the date value in cell B4 to the long date style, and then left align the cell in the format. And to do that, we are going to select the cell, come up to where it says number. Right now you can see it's in date format. We want it to be long date format. And then we want to left align. So underneath alignment, left align. We're going to italicize the text Office Cart in cell B5. So we're going to have to double click on the cell, highlight just the words Office Cart, come up here, and the slanted I is the italicized. Notice I did not italicize the whole cell. Then we're going to add a border around the cells in cells range A3 to A5. A3 to B5, I apologize. And we want all the borders, so come up here, drop down, all borders. Alright, we've done steps 1 through 3. We're on step 4 on page EX129. We're going to insert a new worksheet at the end of the workbook and name it Packing Slip. So down at the bottom of your screen, hit the plus sign, double click the name, type in Packing Slip. Hit enter. We now have a new worksheet that we're going to be working with, creating all the wonderful things that the book tells us to create. And in step 5, the Packing Slip worksheet, we're going to select all the cells in the worksheet. To select all, top left corner, the little arrow, or you can also push the Control A keys. So I can go up here to the little arrow, or Control A. Both do the same thing. We're going to change the font to 10 point dark green Calibri. So 10 point, Calibri, and dark green. So now no matter what I type, will come up as 10 point, dark green, and Calibri. And no matter where I type it on this sheet. Okay. And number 6, we're going to add a thick box border around A1 through D40. So A1, and I'm going to use my Shift key and my keyboard arrows, because if I try to do this with the mouse, sometimes it can get away from you. And I'm going to choose the border I want, and I want thick box border. You can see it added a border around everything. And we're going to merge the range C1 through D3. So C1, and here I'm actually going to use my mouse. And we're going to merge these. And then right and top aligned. So we want these right aligned and top aligned. The alignment, you can see where the text is going. You can see this is top aligned, middle aligned, bottom aligned, left aligned, center aligned, right aligned. And we're going to set a row height of 1 to 36 points and a height of rows. We're going to set the row height of row 1 to 36 points. Now there's a couple of different ways we can change the row height. I can either click on the bottom of it and drag it around until I find 36, but I have a hard time doing that, getting it perfectly. So I'm going to select the row, and I'm going to come up here to Format, I'm going to choose Row Height, and I'm just going to type it in. And they told me to do a row height of 36 points for row 1, and the heights of row 2 and 3 to 15 points. So I'm highlighting both 2 and 3, Format, Row Height, and we're going to do 15 points. In cell A1, we're going to enter 3 lines of text. Now, again, I apologize, my mouse is not doing very well. So I'm going to start this again. Dadgummit. Alright, so in cell A1 we're going to insert 3 lines of text. We have office cart. Then I'm going to hold down my Alt tab and hit enter. Go to the next line down. 14 Trinky Lane. Alt enter. Muncie, Indiana 47303. Now I can hit enter and it finishes it. Notice if I hit enter, it goes to my next cell down below. I have to hit Alt enter if I want to go to the next line in a single cell. And we're going to format the first line to a 26-point bold font. So we're going to come up here and we're going to double click, choose Office Cart, and we're going to format to 26 points bold font. In cell C1, we're going to enter packing slip. And then format the text to a 26-point bold font using headings font and the current theme. Okay, so with that selected, here it goes. Again, guys, I apologize. My mouse is just doing weird things. In the range A5 to A7, so let's just find our range A5 to A7. Enter the following 3 lines of text in bold font and then right align the text. So we're going to do order date, enter, order number, enter, and purchase order. And we're going to do those in a bold font, right align. We'll select the 3 cells, bold font, right align. Then we're going to format cell B5 into a long date. You can see it's general right now. We want it to be a long date. Okay. and then left align the cell contents. Insert border lines around each cell in the range B5 to B7. We're going to do all borders. In range C5 to C7, enter the following 3 lines of text. We're going to do date, sales rep, and account number. In cell B9, we're going to enter ship to. In cell D9, we're going to enter bill to. And we're going to format the cells in both, or format both cells to bold. Now I'm going to hit my control button, hold it down, and choose both, and hit bold. And I forgot to bold the date, sales, account number. I don't know why my mouse is not working. Okay. I am down on to step 16 on page EX129. We're on to step 16 in cell A10. We're going to enter the word address. We're going to bold it. And we're going to indent it 1 character to the right. Then we're going to merge the cells in the range B10 to B15. We're going to left and top align. Insert a border around. And then wrap the text in the cell within the range. On step 18 in cell C10, we're going to enter address, and then we're going to copy the format from the range A10 to B15. So I'm going to use my format painter for this. So I've highlighted that, chosen format painter, and I'm just going to paint it straight over. That saves me from having to do the steps over and over again. And we're going to enter the next on step 19 in cell A17. We're going to do item, product number, description, and order quantity. And we're going to bold these with Calibri on a dark green background. Oh, see, I have already made a mistake where I should have gone from left to right, from A17, B17, C17 to D. Instead, I went top to bottom, A to 20. So I'm just going to cut these and redo them. So item, tab, product number, tab, description, tab, and order quantity. Enter. Now I need to bold these and put them in a background of dark green and change the font color to white. Our next step, on step 21, we're going to format the range A18 through D18 with a bottom border. Up to borders, bottom border, in light green background. And we're copying the format in the range A18 to the range A20 through D70. D27. So we have to duplicate this all the way through here. So if we sit here and copy it, Control C, or Format Painter, then we can paste the rest of the way. Control C or Format Painter, and the rest of the way. Alright. So we formatted A18 through D17 with a green background. We're going to format A19 through D20 with a bottom border and white background. Bottom border, white background. And then we're going to copy the style over. So Format Painter on to the rest of them. There we go. That's more appropriate. And then we're going to A18, 19 into the range A20 through D27. Okay. Then we're going to apply a top and double bottom border to the range A28 through D28. So the range A28 through D28, we're going to do a top and bottom double border. So we're going to do a top border, bottom double, and a top border. Next, we're going to merge the cells A28 through C28, and we're going to right align the cells. Enter the word total, bold, and right align the cells. Okay. In cell D28, yeah, why did it go off? There we go. Right align. In cell D28, enter formula to calculate the sum of the values in range D18 to D27. So we're looking for sum. Always put your equal sign, sum, open your parentheses, and we're looking at ranges D18 to D27. I'm going to use my mouse and click and drag those ranges. Make sure if you open a parentheses, you close it. You could have also written this out or used your function and found your sum. And then we're going to bold this formula. In cell A30, enter comments. And like everything else, we're going to bold it. We'll merge the range A31 through D39. We're going to left and top line the cell contents. Left and top. And then add a thick box border. Alright, I'm on to step 26. Okay. Took me a second to realize that my mouse didn't click the button. Alright, so I had this not right aligned, and you can see it was sticking over the edge of my border, which I didn't want. Alright, so I hit the button again, it right aligns, puts it inside the border, and my text only goes to the right border. Alright, on to step 27. We're We're going to make sure the worksheet is set to portrait orientation. So go to page layout. We're going to go here into orientation. It is set to portrait. And then add a footer that displays your name on the left section. So we're going to come over here and insert, and we're looking for footer. Header and footer. Now, a hint, the header and footer insert is the same on PowerPoint, Excel, Word, all of them. And we're going to insert a footer we're going to insert a footer. Again, I apologize, my mouse is making things jump all over the place. Alright, so we've gone to cell A1. We clicked Insert Footer. We're going to see that we can insert the header here. We can insert the footer down at the bottom. Header's top, foot's bottom. Alright, we're going to add a footer that displays our name in the left section. Over here, I am Mr. P. The file name in the center section. This is the office cart backing slip. And the current date in the right. That's underneath header footer designs. I should be able to find current date button and insert that right there. Then we're going to scale this so it fits into one page. Back over to page layout, and right now it looks like it already fits into one page. Okay. Okay, so we're wanting to scale this to fit to one page. So I've gotten out and I switched my view from here to here, and now I'm going to go over to my page layout where it says scale to fit. I see scale. I'm going to have this big drop down menu that pulls up a pop-up, and I want to scale this to fit to 1 page wide by 1 page tall. And then the last thing we do is have to enter the information from the figure 2-48 on the packing slip worksheet and call it good. If you don't fucking change to long date, I'm going to be pissed. Zero 05 09. Okay, we are all entered in our information. We're good to go. You saw I made a few modifications to help me match the picture, including doing a fill here and changing it to white. Alright, though even though the steps didn't say, I can tell looking at the picture that those modifications need to be changed. Could have missed it. Now the next step I would do as a student is to check my rubric and come back over here and double check everything that's here. Make sure I hit all the points. Once it's done, just hit save. Should be saved on my desktop. There it is. Remember, when I'm done with something, I right click, send to, compress zip file, and then I name the compressed zip file something new so I know it's not the original files. Logan Phillips, assignment 2. Then all we have to do is come back over here to Blackboard, go to our assignment 2, browse for our file, upload, and of course always write me a nice note. Again, I'm not above a little nicety. Hit submit, and assignments 2 is complete. Now realize that this took me 33 minutes to walk you through with speaking about it. Now as a student, I imagine that this assignment should take you less than an hour, and the tutorial will take you about 2 hours to go through. So about 3 hours to do the entire assignment is not a bad amount of time. If you have any problems, always remember, give me a call, send me an email, whatever you need to do so that I can answer your questions. Alright? It's Friday, I'm done for the week. I'm going to go home to my ranch and build some fences. So you guys have a very good weekend. I will be back in